Hey there guys, I am SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Shadow the Hedgehog. Last time, we finished making our way through the neutral route here in Shadow the Hedgehog, getting ourselves our first two endings of the game, between the hero and the dark pathway. And this time around, we're going to be jumping back into a brand new story mode run here in Shadow the Hedgehog. This time around, making our way through the slightly dark pathway. So to explain how the pathways work real quick here in Shadow the Hedgehog, there are a total of 5 different pathways in the game, and they all lead to 2 separate endings, making 10 endings in total. So we're going to be working our way through every single pathway here, getting every single ending. Now, I'm not going to be going for every single individual run through, because that's over 300 playthroughs, and we're not going to really see much difference between every single run. So we're really just going to be going for the 10 main endings here in Shadow the Hedgehog. But to get to the first level in the semi-dark pathway, we need to play through Westopolis again and complete the dark mission there. Completing the dark mission in Westopolis will lead us to our next level in the chain of levels, and since we complete the dark mission, that'll put us on the semi-dark pathway. But that does mean I have to play through all Westopolis once again, and this is going to be a reoccurring theme. Every single time we have to start a brand new pathway in Shadow the Hedgehog. When it comes to revisiting stages, since we cover all of the missions in our first run through of every stage, we're not going to be showing repeat visits, even if they are mandatory like they are now. So, if you excuse me, I gotta play through Westopolis, be a bad guy once again, and make our way through our next pathway here in the game, the slightly dark pathway.
Who am I? The key to the mystery lies with the one who calls himself Black Doom. He told me to gather up all of the Chaos Emeralds, and then disappeared. I don't know what or who he is, but the answer must lie with the Chaos Emeralds. That much I do believe. Gun soldiers were foolish enough to try to get in my way. After defeating them, I was able to get my hands on 2 of the Chaos Emeralds. I'll stop anyone who tries to get in my way.
Attention! Emergency broadcast to all mobile units. Headquarters to all mobile units. All points bulletin. Be on the lookout for Shadow, the Black Hedgehog. Wanted in connection with the terrorist attacks. Last seen in the vicinity of downtown Westopolis. Orders are, capture him. Dead or alive.
Out of my way. Coming through.
Stop! Don't move, or we'll shoot!
Stupid humans.
Very impressive, Shadow.
Who are you?
You don't remember anything, do you? But you will in time. But now, there's no time to waste here. Go and access the United Federation's mainframe. Understand?
Got it.
So instead of just hacking a computer, Black Doom just sends us into the internet speed highway. I guess that works for me, so let's make our way through our second stage here on the Dark Path, Digital Circuit.
What is this sensation? I feel weightless atop this light. I see. I can control which way this leads.
And Shadow's correct, as if you hold left or right depending on what path you are leading to, you can go down that said path and get yourself some different items.
Shadow, this is an information highway system called cyberspace. Delete the core program that controls the data flow, and the world will plunge into chaos.
So if we take a moment here, I want to go ahead and talk about the story route here for this level. As if we press the Y button, we will see that there are only 2 missions for us available, a dark mission and a hero mission. If we complete the hero mission, we are taken back to the neutral pathway. But if we take care of the dark mission here, we will continue on with the dark path. So our missions here are to help out Black Doom and destroy the core program.
Help me find the Chaos Emerald.
Or we're going to help out Rouge and find the Chaos Emerald. For the sake of our progression, we want to stay on the dark path, so we'll be helping out Black Doom this time around. So let's just go ahead and continue forward and find that said core. Now, for the most part, this level actually does play out very similarly to the hero mission here, as there is only one core for us to get to. Think of it like a gold ring that we destroy. So our mission here is not really all that difficult, but we will want to destroy a lot of these gun beetles along the way so we can build up our dark gauge and just help out with our overall score. Now I want to be very careful because this level does have a lot of tricky platforming to it, a lot of blocks over bottomless pits. You want to take things very carefully.
Oh, Shadow. What a coincidence running into you here. Actually, I'm on a government assignment to track down a Chaos Emerald in the area. How about we both look for it together?
How about no, Rouge? I'll opt to not help you right now. That searchlight we want to go ahead and jump into, and that'll take us forward. And here we want to go ahead and grab onto these beams of light for the looks of things, which, thankfully for us, it's not just a beam of light. It's also a pillar we can slide down. I'm going to ignore you once again, Rouge, and we're going to continue forward here. And we're going to be very careful because there are firewalls that now just appear in front of us. These firewalls, if you hit them, you will take damage, so we're going to do our best to avoid these things. We have more than enough rings, though, so since we only take 10 rings worth of damage each time, you can take the hits to go through these firewalls and be fine. But one thing I want to mention, it's about the shield we have here, the red shield. This, you would think, maybe it can protect you from the firewall, because it looks like almost a fire shield from Sonic, like 3 and Knuckles, for example. Maybe that will be immune to the firewall. Well, it's not, so you don't want to go through those set firewalls. It's just not a good idea. You will still lose your shield no matter what. But right here, I'm going to go ahead and grab me the vacuum gun here, because this egg vacuum, it got powered up when we beat the second boss on the neutral path. So now we can carry up to 30 ammo on this thing, which is really helpful. And it will also give us more lives now when we fill the thing up to max capacity. So it's going to be really useful to use this thing and suck up all the little enemies, because every single villain enemy we need to suck up, so in this case every beetle, or even the hero enemies, they will all be able to be sucked up here in this level with the vacuum gun, which is very convenient for us. Except these crystal things, which I wouldn't even bother with these because they don't even give you score. I mean, they do, just very, very little score, so it might as well be non-existent, honestly. They're just not really worth fighting, in my opinion. I'm just gonna go ahead at this point, just ignore them. If we want to just ride this pole up to the very top, it can take quite some time, but we'll see once we get up to the top. There is this set of cubes here in the middle, and now we just wait for another cube to come down, which makes a platform. Now we can use this to continue forward. Very careful here, because we got a narrow footway here. Also gonna suck these two up. And be very careful, because unfortunately our fire shield can destroy the platforms we are actually trying to climb across. Which is not ideal. And stay away from Rouge, I don't want to talk to you. We will help you later. But right now, we have a mission at hand. And our mission is for Black Doom. Got myself another red shield, which, thanks, I didn't lose my first one, but I guess now I have a second. Be very careful of these firewalls here. I'm just gonna skate past all these here. Try my very best not to take any damage. Got ourselves some rings, which is nice. And this section, for the most part, is all automated. You won't have to do all that much. Once in a while, we might have to interact by going down a different path, but that's essentially it. As a lot of this, as you can see, you just go. So I don't even need to hold down the controller in a lot of sections, which is a nice breather, if you ask me here. I'm gonna go ahead and hit these little red things, because those red squares are actually springs. We use that to propel ourselves forward. Excuse me, coming through. Just gonna go ahead and suck up this gun beetle. And now, at this point, when we kill these gun beetles, or in this case, destroy them, we will be sent down the path here and continue forward. This one, I'm not very sure if I can suck up that close, so we'll just go ahead and get a little closer. And with that, we filled up our dark meter, so now we can use Chaos Blast, which I'm not 100% sure we really need to use here. Here's the Chaos Emerald, which would end the hero mission, but we are not here for that said hero mission. As Black Doom said, ignore the Chaos Emerald and continue moving forward. In this case, you want to hit this beam of light that goes to the top section and make our way through this warp hole. So teleport us to a different portion of the level where our final checkpoint lies. We're going to suck up that robot, and now just continue to suck up these guys, get them out of my way. Not exactly sure if we're going to have enough enemies by the time we're done here to actually get ourselves an extra life, but we might get close. Speaking of close, that was really close to falling off. Even though we could get another egg vacuum in there, I'm just going to opt to suck in the Shadow Crate because we're not going to be using it. Just going to be very careful here with my platforming and see if we can get me a couple more robots because we're only a few away from filling this thing up to max. I'm so close, I can taste the extra lives. I'm not 100% sure if we'll be able to get them all. We'll see. Here, need to grab onto a pillar and just right up to the top. Just waiting things out until we're close enough to a cube. Almost falling off in the process, that would have been great. Got some robots here, and it's, of course, 2 remaining. You had to taunt me with this because I can't use this to destroy the core. We have to drop my vacuum gun and grab an actual weapon. Well, we got close. Not close enough, unfortunately, because, man, 2 more beetles. I saw beetles fly away, too. If we could have sucked those ones up, we would have been fine. Unfortunately, that's not the case. But at least we completed the Dark mission, so with that, we're done here.
Whatever happens to the humans is no concern of mine.
So now Shadow destroyed the core to the internet, which means there's no more internet. Wonder how I'm gonna post this video.
Perfect.
Alright, let's head back in the digital circuit to complete the other mission here. This time, let's help out Rouge find the Chaos Emerald. Now, thankfully, we already know where the Chaos Emerald is located here in digital circuit. It's right after the 6th checkpoint. So, we don't have to go too much further in this level compared to when we played it for the Dark mission. And knowing where to go is going to make this a lot easier. So, let's get our way forward into the level. And first things first, let's get rid of Doom's Eye. We don't need to hear what you need to say. Yeah, we can destroy the internet, but the internet can only be destroyed so many times. In fact, Doom, here's a better idea if you want to be truly evil. You don't need to destroy the internet to make people mad. Just post a hot take on social media. That way, you'll anger everybody on the platform, while at the same time, fueling your account's engagement. Oh, sorry, got a little carried away there. Really thinking that said evil mindset that we need to have for this dark pathway. Up ahead, we see Rouge in the distance, so we're about ready now to start our hero mission here in Digital Circuit. What a coincidence! What a coincidence running into you into the internet, Rouge. How'd you get in here? Guess that you're, a government agent. I can't really ask that question. It's probably classified, so I'm gonna ignore the fact that you're here too. Please also ignore the fact that I'm here. Don't even ask why I'm here. I'm just here to pose a hot take online. That's right, nothing more suspicious than that. Don't worry about it. Let's just get out of here. Like how fast we made it into the section. Because you don't need to take one of those poles down to get into this automated section of this set level. You can just jump straight down into the little launch pad and get out of here. But by doing that, apparently, I went so fast, the level couldn't load all the assets in time. That's definitely a first. Sometimes you can go too fast and the level won't load things. We've seen that already in other levels, but the fact that I did without chaos control is pretty impressive. Let's just fall down here, because I don't want to destroy those gun robots. Instead, I want to take out the aliens. And here, I have another chance for my vacuum gun to possibly give me enough for an extra life. If I can grab it, please. Thank you. I'm waiting here as there is a little worm coming out of the ground. Suck him up, give me some hero meter, and grab me a checkpoint. I don't really want to have the red shield for this section because of all of the chip damage it does to the platforms I'm on. Definitely makes my footing not as reliable as it could be, but just gotta be a little slow and methodical here on how we move around. Also, I'm trying to be careful not to suck in the gun robots because I don't want to fill up the dark gauge too much and just build up my overall dark score to negate our A rank here, because want to do our very best to not have to just compensate by killing a lot more aliens. And killing what's on the way, just what we need to kill. Because thankfully, getting the A rank for a mission like this, for the most part, it's just killing a lot of enemies, but we can also use Chaos Control to zoom through this level a lot faster, which can also help on time bonus, as a lot of levels in Shadow the Hedgehog, you mainly just get the A rank by going fast, as a majority of your points usually comes from time bonus, especially if you're playing the neutral mission of a level. So keeping that in mind really does help. Fortunately here, I do have to get rid of this gun beetle. I'm sorry, Rouge. Please forgive me.
There's an entrance to the light speed circuit. Another firewall.
Careful the firewall, don't want to get a hit. So many firewalls in this light speed circuit area. It's ridiculous, and sometimes the camera doesn't do the best job at showing you what's ahead, as you can easily get blindsided here by a firewall just appearing in front of you because the camera can't turn around in time. Speaking of turning, and that fork in the road, turning right will give you electric shield. Going the other path, as we demonstrate in the dark mission, will just give you rings, so this is a lot more useful. And especially in my case, now I don't have to worry about my shield doing chip damage to the platforms I'm trying to walk on, which is gonna really be a saving grace in some later sections. Here, I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of these walls and continue moving our way forward, waiting here for enemies to appear out of the ground, as I know they're worms. Give me the worms.
There's a ton of searchlights here. You can use them just like you did.
Oh, that's a ripoff. Why can't I use Chaos Control? You know what? I'm doing it here. See ya. Well, that was the most awkward Chaos Control of my life. I don't even know what just happened. I just flew sideways into a light. That's not Chaos Control. That's just confusing. With that, let's just get out of here. And at this point, we're at the end of the level. We got nowhere near the amount we needed for an extra life. Maybe someday this vacuum gun will actually give us an extra life. For now, though, let's touch that gold ring and finish up the hero mission.
Sorry about this, but I'm taking this emerald.
So now we got the Chaos Emerald, we can leave the World Wide Web, which is convenient timing because I may have just posted a hot take online. Gotta get out of here before the haters come.
Perfect.
Alright, we're back here in Digital Circuit one more time. This time around to collect the 5 secret keys and see what lies behind that secret door. So the first key here is right after the second checkpoint. So we're gonna fall down below here and make our way on the Lightspeed circuit. From here, we want to immediately take a right, and this is where our first key is located. This one's very easy to miss, so if you do end up missing the said key, then I would go to the next checkpoint, head back to checkpoint 2, and try grabbing this key again. Remember, it's on the first right as soon as you get inside of the light circuit path here. Key 2 is just right at the very end of the said pathway, so grab this key, and from here, let's move on to the 4th checkpoint here. This area, we want to grab one very specific area here of the poles going up. So the rightmost side here we want to grab onto, because grabbing onto the right pole at the very edge here, hugging the wall, that will get us key number 3. From here, we need to make our way past the 5th checkpoint, and this is that big long section here with all of the searchlights where we need to kill a bunch of beetles to continue forward. At the very last section here, before you get to the digital circuit path, you want to go ahead and just stop what you're doing, fall down below, and get yourself your 4th key. Our 5th and final key here is going the way towards the dark mission. So, gonna hit a checkpoint. We're gonna wait for the searchlights here so we can go ahead and jump inside of it, head straight up, and take this warp point to the 7th checkpoint area. From here, this is where our final key is located. So let's take care of the beetles around us so we can open the way forward. These ones here are a little bit annoying with their own shields because you have to wait for the shield to deactivate so you can actually kill the said beetle. But from here, you want to fall into the searchlight and immediately hold up and do a homing attack. Doing so, you'll land on this upmost platform area, which will lead you to your final key. This one can also be tricky, but just like the first key, you can always try again from reloading the said checkpoint and continue going for that said key. Now we're heading back to checkpoint 4 because this is where the secret door is located, just right on the left side of the said checkpoint. So from here, we are taken to a warp hole that leads us to a secret light path here. So we're going to take the left light speed circuit here first, and if you take the left path here, it's a very direct route through this entire section. It gives you a good amount of rings, but this is mainly used as a fast travel point because this is the same light speed circuit path that you take going from checkpoint 4 to 5. But taking the secret warp hole section puts you into a later portion of the light speed circuit path. And you do have a choice between 2 different directions as we saw. So that was the leftmost path. Now let's head back to checkpoint 4, go back through that warp hole, and see what is on the right side of this light circuit path. So taking the right path here, we will see that this is not as much of a direct route as the left side was, but it does give us a lot of stuff. Specifically, 3 different item balloons, 2 packs of 20 rings, and an electric shield. So if you don't have a shield at this point, taking the right path here in the secret door pathway will give you a shield. Although it's a little bit redundant because in this exact same area, there is a shield on the beaten path if you take the right side with the item balloons in that said fork in the road. So it really just depends if you really need the shield here or not, if you take the right path or the left path in the secret light speed section. I recommend taking the left path if you're going for speed, right path if you want the items for your score boost and also an extra shield. But that was the secret keys along with the secret door here in Digital Circuit. And now with that done, we're done here in Digital Circuit. No neutral mission, so that means that we just move on to our next level.
Perfect.
And we'll be doing that in the next episode. So with that said, next time on Let's Play Shadow the Hedgehog, we'll continue down the slightly dark path and see what the next level here in the chain is going to be for our said slightly dark pathway. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.